Sorry, y'all. So, hopefully you'll all get to enjoy something fun here. Okay, so hopefully you can all see me, hear me, all that stuff. Well, I hate Twitch ads sometimes. Yep, so we're good. Just making that double check on that one for myself. Because, well, I always want to make sure for that one. Anyway, welcome to Super Dimension Fortress Macross. Otherwise, I like to call, you know, Macross for the PS2. It's based off of the old TV show. Well, anime, I should state on that one. Anyway, we'll be doing the Prometheus storyline here, so give me a sec to get to where we need to go. So, the run's pretty fun. If you're a fan of the show or the franchise, you're going to enjoy this. Just kick back, relax, grab a cup of coffee, some hot tea, and let's, you know, enjoy ourselves. So, in 3, 2, 1. Now, the game itself is based off of the events of the first series, Super Dimension Fortress Macross. Previous storyline is more based off of the TV show version, with the other storyline, the ARMD route, being based off of the movie. Well, the first of the movies, because the franchise has been around since the 80s, but hopefully you all get to enjoy this and have fun. At the beginning, you can't really skip anything. Also, everybody say hi to the Japanese version. Anyway, we'll have our Valkyrie here. First thing we're going to do is immediately switch to Guardian mode. Since the game has a lot of you know, since there's really no difference between Guardian and Fighter when it comes to missile strength, it's faster to actually just use Guardian, because unlike Fighter, we can fly backwards. And being able to just turn your Valkyrie into a straight off the back missile platform is very useful. And let's use Battleoid to switch over quickly enough. You saw that I had flight control to easy. Well, that's for you all. Because if I have flight mode on normal, I can do things like this by accident. And I don't want to cause people to get, you know, motion sickness. Having a significant other that gets that way, you sort of learn to actually want to make sure people can be very comfortable with their viewing options. Anyway, you can't skip the opening cutscenes here, so you get to see our Valkyrie, or Veritech for those fans of Rotech. Don't hate me for bringing that up, it's just a lot easier to reference it for some people on that one. So, we'll be using Battleoid here. And that's namely because of the whole fact that it is a lot easier to aim and get near the enemies. The battle pods here. Sorry, it's been a while since I've watched the show, so forgive me if I screw up on some of the terms here and there. So we're gonna aim to take out all these as well. Also, thanks SpeedGaming, you know, for letting me show this one off. Switch over to the heavy ones for these. Getting rid of them early on reads it spawns the next set of enemies faster. And so we've got the first boss here, which is an officer's pod. Story-wise, it's been about 10 years since the since a great war ended. Hopefully I won't screw up and get Macross and Robotech, you know, mixed up. But essentially, the world ended, you know, global war in a single night because of an alien ship, which you can see what I'm pointing at, the SDF-1 or Super Dimension Fortress 1 crash landed on the Earth, a high level. Anyway, after that, humanity realized not alone in the universe. Nice S rank. They realized they're not alone in the universe, so they decided to work on, you know, joining together to help with fixing it and yada yada. Anyway, the start of the show happens the day that, you know, the ship is to launch again. I forget the main character's name for the Prometheus storyline. But again, we'll start off by using the fact that Guardian mode can fly backwards to be able to keep up a constant stream of missiles. You'll see me swapping to Battleoid a lot. That's because of the whole fact that the game, the targeting on each thing doesn't really give you a proper targeting reticle or the ability to lock on, since they wanted to, you know, more closely represent some of the actual flight abilities. So you'll see me switch to Battleoid in order to quickly change to a different direction so I can actually quickly swap between, you know, where I'm facing, since Battleoid is the only mode that actually has a proper lock on. I mean, you gotta deal with something for having the giant robot version. And I will suck at pronouncing some of the terms, that one, when it comes to the hybrid of it, so forgive me for using the I think is how it's pronounced with the normal version, so if I screw that up, just know, you know, I did my best on that one. Anyway, right now we're just defending, you know, the skies above, you know, Macross Island until, you know, we're basically having to get rid of all these enemies within the time limit for now. You'll also see me use the combination of the you'll see me use like a combination of both the gun and the secondary gun, because of the whole fact of it works out to be a lot more damage output. Than using it normally. That covers all of that for the first part of this level. So I forget our main character's name, but she's chronologically supposed to be a member of Skull Squadron. Shoutouts to Skull Leader and all the other stuff on that one. Macross fans, you know what I'm talking about. Anyway, we've got to start by heading towards SDF-1 here. Now, this part we have to just get to, you know, last long enough to where the ship is getting ready to, you know, perform a hyperspace fold, and before that, you know, happens, we've got to just land on it. So once the timer for it showcasing that it is going to happen shows up, then we're good to go. Right now, it's just, you know, head towards it as fast as possible, take out some of the enemies as fast as we can, because the faster we get rid of them, the faster we get to get the ship to want to do its hyperspace fold maneuver and complete the mission. So right now I'm again flying backwards and targeting the enemies with my actual missiles, which you can see in the upper left, upper right corner. Nothing fancy, nothing crazy for now. So hopefully you're all having fun this morning. I did manage to catch some of the runs before me, and shoutouts to getting to show off a very, favorite game trilogy of mine when I was a kid in the Super Star Wars trilogy. We changed to be able to go into multiple enemies. Switch to the fighter so I can actually get close enough to damage that, get rid of the group. Now this showing, that they're finally going to get ready to get close to their hyperspace fold. Now we just need to land on the ship. So we can just fly straight down, right towards them. We do have to land in Battleoid mode, so we'll just aim straight for them, aim straight for it, aim straight for it, and slowly drop down. And specific part. And that's Mission 2 done. Yep. Anyway, as I said, the game is based off of the old anime franchise, Macross. It's a fun game. It's got a lot of interesting things. Yes, I'm playing the Japanese version because this game never came out in the US. So, sorry y'all. You missed out on a good one. Also, shoutouts to the Macross franchise and the Robotech franchise finally making amends earlier this year. For those anime fans out there, you know how big that one was. Anyway, so we're now... The SGF1 has performed a hyperspace fold, taking most of Macross Island with it. People survived, now are from home and trying to get back to Earth. So now, right now, we just have to defend the ship for a certain amount of time for it to transform. Yes, the actual ship itself can transform. So, essentially, just do some flying backwards, stick around the ship. This is a good opportunity for y'all if you want to go grab a nice cup of coffee, some hot tea, hot chocolate, nice hot beverage, go relax, kick back, and enjoy some solid gameplay of a fun run. Also, again, thanks to SpeedGaming for letting me show off this storyline. Also, say hi to Roy. The person on the screen is Skull Leader, if I'm remembering the voice actors correctly. So we just gotta wait the timer out on that one until it transforms. Fly it that way, turn that way, switch back to normal missiles. I'll go into a lot more of the craziness of just like some of the tricks of this one. For now, we just gotta relax, just, manage our missiles, manage enemy spacing, our health, everything like that. Fun fact, although launching missiles does deal some damage, the fact that if you use a full volley, you will deal more damage. But it's mainly because of the overall explosion radius versus the actual damage on it. Now, the game does give you a lot of different camera angles and a lot of cool things on it. I chose to turn the auto camera off because it has a habit of, if it's on anytime you launch a full volley of missiles, it basically goes into show a cool cinematic of the missile volley, which can cost time. Doing that, you can't move, you can still take damage, and the whole fact of the matter is that you have to I'll deal with a lot of things on that one, so it's just faster to have it all. Again, sticking around Macross, it's a lot easier to just protect it via just being by it. So we're defending it. Switching over to heavy missiles here. Now, since there's really no difference, you know, as far as just having the ability to use heavy/light missiles between the two modes, Guardian ends up being a lot more efficient, just simply due to the fact of being able to have a bit more maneuverability. The mission's almost done. There's sadly no way to speed this up, so it's just make sure the ship stays alive. And we're still using our 1A here. Well, the VF-1A, or Valkyrie Fighter 1A, if I'm remembering the correct piece on it. Anyway, it's just about to start transforming, so we'll just wait out the last bit. And this is a great example of why I choose to use easy on that one. So we're done this one for now. Not bad. Could be better, but could be worse. Anyway, match through text, you know, showing that we've unlocked the 1J. And now we're on to mission 4. Our first actual mission where we get to do a bit more of the with the fighter. Well, the flying part of it. We're basically doing, if I recall correctly, it's the episode where they launch a surprise attack on the Zentradi, which are of the aliens that showed up to take back the SGF-1. Quick lore thing. Well, I'll cover more of the lore where I can. But, so at present we're just trying to get to the target as fast as possible in the time limit, so pedal to the metal, flying through here, and then we'll go from there. Also, do remember to check out everything going on with SpeedGaming Live, not only tournaments, but marathon, and don't forget to donate to help for next year's, to help pick out, you know, the tournaments for next year's SpeedGaming Live. Personally, I highly recommend, if you can't think of a game, but you've got like a game or two that you might want to see, drop $1 or $2 there and just, you know, list a name. You let everybody else consider whether or not they might want to, you know, chip in to help there as well. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. So, yep, I did get stuck on that one. Sometimes hard to tell on that one, and let's see, should be able to make it in time. 10, 9, 8, just don't hit a rock here. 5, 4, 3, 2, come on, come on, come on. Made it! Cutting that one close. Because lighting on those asteroids is a pain. Anyway, so now we're around Saturn right now. So now we've got to protect the transformed SDF-1 while it's trying to do a surprise attack on the Zentradi. Fun fact, if you're wondering why there is a giant transforming version of this, it's because the aliens end up also being 50 feet tall. So again, right now we're just taking out enemies where we can. can't take out the enemy ship at present, so we just have to wait around and just defend the SDF-1. Launching missiles, so we just gotta destroy them. So we're just going to hang out here. And just get rid of the missiles as fast as possible. Gotta make sure I stay in the area. And just manually just pinpoint, take out the missiles. Make sure that the Macross does not take as much damage on that one. So that's all we gotta do. And yes, sadly I do not speak or understand Japanese, so I can't translate stuff for you. But we're just going to go take out all these missiles, check them for taking out a lot of damage, and wait for the time here to run out. Quickly adjust where we're aiming. For these early missions, it's all about just making sure the ship stays alive, you stay alive, you get to do a few flight maneuvers here and there, and then we'll go from there. Pretty chill. Hopefully you're all enjoying this early Tuesday morning. A bit closer to them because I want to make sure they don't cause a lot of damage to it. So 25, 24, 23, 22, 21. Luckily, the pieces for it, go through pretty fast, pretty quick, and it's nice, light, and easy. Almost done that one. So hopefully, chat, you're enjoying it. So you got through all that part. Just accomplished on that one. Survived all that. One nice thing is each individual mission is timed in-game because it has a pretty good in-game timer. But covered all of that. Mission 5. Trying to remember on that one. It's been a bit since I've done the Prometheus wing. So sorry, I forget some of the stuff. Oh yeah, the Mars one. We gotta defend the ship while it's filling on Mars. Mars on that one. I don't think it's one of the other moons on that one. At least in this one, we get to do solid options. Again, we want to fly backwards, multi-target as much as possible while strafing. Which basically requires me to literally hold in the circle and square buttons while shifting L and R on a PS2 controller, so quick changes on that one. I want to be able to make sure that I can keep not only the ship alive, but myself alive. I would be switching to heavy missiles here, but this is the first instance of actually having to take out a more named enemy here. So I want to save my heavier missiles to make sure this gets taken out faster. Also want to do a combination of this stuff to make it easier. Want to basically make sure I can dodge the stuff. Yes, having a boss fight early on. Want to make sure to dodge as fast as possible. Battleoid is good here. Let's go, avoid that there. Dodge that. So I have heavier missiles. Come on. Ah. Don't worry. Even if a boss here doesn't affect that much. Although it does mean I cannot get it S rank. But that's all part of the estimate. Don't worry. That's very rare on that one. So we got this. Let's just call that RNG manipulation, shall we? I want to just take out enemies as fast as possible. So I just want to make sure to keep my health up. Take out, get rid of that, as much of the enemies as I can. And so as for this part again, first things first, we're immediately switching over to the heavy missiles. Some heavy missiles on it. So we'll avoid what we can. Sorry if I'm being a little quiet. Gotta concentrate on hits. Gotta avoid the enemy here. On. Come on. Let's go. Come on. Ah, got that one, so we're good with that. Skip the cutscene. I believe that's the first part of the mission done. So we're now just gonna relax. Get rid of some of the random enemies that are just hanging around here. Hopefully I'm not doing so much to cause any of you motion sickness, because I do care. So now we're just gonna kick back, relax, on to the second part of the mission. It's a spark, we get a refill. We just gotta keep the SGF1 alive for the time frame. Luckily, just having to avoid some of the stuff. Take out some of the actual fighters. Do some more dodging. Just get a health refill before the start of part 2. Just dodging here and there. Quickly pop some more missiles on them. So now then, let's take that out. And since we got rid of all the fast, we get to end the mission early. So we get to finish that one off. As I said, couldn't get an S thanks to that one, but well, we'll skip that. Mission 6. So, this one. Gotta take out a the battle cyclone, but either way, we're stuck in the actual we're stuck in battle weight for this one, or essentially in what would essentially be a super battle elite state. Also in the corner you see the stuff from the actual Miss Macross contest from the fans of the show. With Min-Mei there. Quickly switch so we can take out some of the missiles. Some quick strafing. Make sure to have ourselves locked on entirely to the enemy craft. We're gonna strafe some. We switch over to our other setup, so we can also take out some of the missiles while dealing out as much damage as possible. Some full volleys there. Keep swapping back and forth between them. I might add, this requires me legitimately holding like a few of the PS2 button combinations, but it's all for you. It's all for you all. And let's see here, taking out that. Sadly, unskippable cutscene. And we see that Minmay over there has been crowned Miss Macross. Yeah. To take a step aside to do that one. Anyway, there we go for that. It's in there. Not bad. Not the best, but not bad either. Skip the save screen again. This is 7. Is this the one where I've got to actually rescue people? Yeah, this is the one where I've got to rescue people on that one. Yeah, we've got to protect the, oh. Sorry, y'all. It's early morning. That one. Anyway, we've got to protect the cat's eye here. You may ask, why do we have to protect the cat's eye? Because we got to protect the cat's eye. Sad thing is that even with the enemies here, we can't really, we have to make sure that the cat's eye does not take a lot of damage. And we got to be careful. Want to be careful with our missiles. Not only can the cat's eye take damage, there's a part later on where we have to make sure that it doesn't take a lot of damage while taking out certain enemies. And the enemies will be smart enough to actually stay on the cat's eye's trail. So that ain't a good thing, especially when our missiles can actually damage, the cat's eye as well, thanks to its explosions. There's the first part of it. Cat's eye going through some of the actual things now. Now we have to actually take out the closest thing to the cat's eye, but we gotta use missiles sparingly. Because if we use our heavy missiles, we'll basically take out the cat's eye. If we use our light missiles, there's a chance of, us destroying the cat's eye as well via explosion damage. So we're going to legitimately take out those, or at least deal some damage to it. Stay in fighter. Fly towards the enemies that are trying to hurt cat's eye. As I said, we can't really risk having it take damage, so we're going to slowly take it out, no bit at a time there. We can't take out our own ship, because that means we'll have to redo the mission, and I don't think we want to redo a mission. Costs time. Fly, quick turn to that there. Fly to that one, swap over to heavies for those. Get some damage there, some missiles there. Enjoy the missile trails. Lots of full volley there. Lots of volleys there. Quickly turn into fighter so I can avoid some damage here and there. Lots of heavy missile there. Quick doing some strafe here and there. And then we're good for that one. And we've protected the cat's eye. Oh, they were scouting out ahead. And so we're just doing a bit of a victory, celebration here and there. As I said earlier, making sure I don't, cause any problems for y'all. Hopefully you're all having a good time this morning. So we're on 8 already. The first storyline has 12 missions. Sorry, y'all. It's the morning, so... Anyway. Again, this is one of the ones that are approaching Earth again, so, Uddies still are keeping up a heavy bombardment of us. So we just gotta keep up, make sure we stay alive while we take out some of the enemies. I'll add one thing about the show that's really interesting is that one of the things that the try to learn throughout it is that war is not the only thing, thanks to things like music, a lot of other stuff. I mean, it is a good franchise. And I'll add that it's also one of the shows that helped pioneer the transforming mech design, for that was used in other animes, like the later Gundam shows and other stuff like that. It's one of the shows that helped pioneer that. There's there. Take that one out, take that one out. Avoid waves of enemy missiles. That there, that there, that there. Quick swap to that one, quick swap to that one there. Swaps here and there. Quickly turn the fighter so we can actually get closer to the last enemy. For now. Now we're just gonna kick back, relax, and wait for the next part of the mission. Now we've got a second boss. Want to make sure that we use our heavier missiles here. Fighter, because we want to be able to avoid some enemy fire. Quick strafing. Some more strafes here and there. Sorry if I'm being a little quiet here, it's just having to concentrate on the boss fight. Want to use that there. Dodge that there. think that ends up actually being Max's wife from the show. Maximilian, depending on, you know, your preferred, you know, preferred choice of name. We want to quickly dodge those. Dodge left and right. Strafing here and there. Let's take her out. Which covers the... Is the end of the mission, or is there the second half? I believe this was the end of the mission. That one. So now we're just chilling for now. And again, you know, thanks again to SpeedGaming for letting me show this storyline off. So we're gonna have some fun here. Just kick back, relax. Said, hopefully you're all having a nice, you know, warm drink, kicking back. Hopefully you're all enjoying the marathon and watching and enjoying all of SpeedGaming Live. Some updates. Now we just have to get to that target point. So we just gotta slowly get there, get there. And stop just in time. So we want to boost fast enough so that we can get there and just catch, you know, the escaping pod. And we finish that one off. Rescuing, you know, someone on that one. Now the one thing I will add, Adi do manage to do is figure out a way to shrink themselves down to our size. But then again, you know, music and everything else does help them, you know, learn that war's not the only way for things, and it's got a lot of interesting things on that one. And trying to explain the entire premise of the show is kind of hard. Anyway, we've made it back to Earth. So we've got to actually protect, you know, the ship while it's coming down from Earth. Positive note, well, sad note is that the Centrati only cared about the ship. So while the rest of the you know, while the crew and the civilians that were on there were fighting for their lives, the Earth was just, you know, happy to see them gone. They presumed they were all dead, and when they got back, it really wasn't with a warm welcome. So again, we'll want to fly around, make sure to take out enemies as fast as possible. Strafing here and there. I'll have another boss fight coming up, so I want to preserve my heavy missiles for that. So we'll want to dodge some here and there. Fly backwards as well. Take care of the first wave of enemies. Hopefully you're all enjoying it. Just trying to do the best I can. Cutscene skip. Take target as much as I can while spacing backwards. closer until I can start getting them into target range, and then just start, you know, flying backwards and doing a lot of damage to them. And want to slowly go towards them. Because part of the reason why this works is because a lot of the enemies don't break off or start doing a lot of evasive maneuvers until they get to my current location. So as long as we can target and keep flying away from them, they really won't move. That helps actually cut down on having to avoid the enemies. And it helps with a lot of the combat side of stuff. Yeah. Sorry, I couldn't see the original thing on that one, but yeah, if the, as I said, cutting down on combat a lot really does help. There's the end of part 1 for this. Anyway, part 2, a bit closer. And again, want to make sure to save a lot of that stuff like that. Episode-wise, we're about what? Gotta forget the name of the episode when they finally return to Earth. But Roy has sadly passed away by this point. You know, so I'd say pour one out for the Skull Leader on that one. I'll take these out because we'll be having another boss fight coming up. So I want to maintain our health. I want to use the combination of both of our normal gun plus the secondary shot that's supposed to help with taking out missiles in Battleoid mode to help dish out a lot more extra damage. And again, another battle here. We've got a good rate of fire here. Want to make sure we get some of the heavy missiles in. Get that real nice sweet damage. Make sure we get as much damage as we can. The further we are away, the more we can target and just deal out a lot more damage. As it really does help with taking out the enemies fast enough. As I said, we want to make sure we can go, not give them as much room to avoid our firepower. And because of that, it makes it a lot easier on that one for the later missions. We chased her down, we took, her out, and So we finished that one off pretty handily too. Yeah, nice, S rank. And earned one of the workhorses of this, the 1S. Also, I also unlocked for the free mission, for the, free play missions of each Max's paint scheme for the 1A. So we now just got the 1S. This is, bursting point. It's, God, I'm trying to remember what the name of the episode is. Essentially, got back. This is essentially what it would be, Rory's funeral episode. That I know for Battlecry, which is one of the other runs I do. It's literally mission 3 from that game, with some extra fun things to it. So we're gonna fly, take out as many enemies as we can, defend the SGLive, do some quick strafes again. Essentially, we're just trying to protect the ship for now, while we just, you can see all the nice detailed stuff. I do like how they, did a combination of stuff, and you can clearly see just the influence of how each thing was. Thanks. I try to, entertain where I can. I like showing off some of the games that either we never got here in the US, or games that are fun, because Jack of all trades, master of none. Which is my skill set when it comes to speedrunning, so games where you gotta do a lot of different things, just right up my alley. And I might add, the game is fun, the speedrun's really easy to learn, and although I've still gotta add more of the other categories to the leaderboards, emulators are allowed. Because, well, in-game time is for the missions, so really nice, really easy, and there's a good actual, timer at the end of each mission, showcasing that one. So, I highly recommend checking it out. So now we've got through the fighters. Now we're going into the part where we've got to take out some of the ships. Bursting point from the show, or I'm thinking... Yeah, this is essentially bursting point from the show. I just remember the name of the episode. So, enemy has launched up some stuff. The Macross has brought out its giant shield. So now we've got to go take out some enemy ships, dealing a lot of damage to them. Just have to head towards them. So a little high on that one, but the nicest thing is we can just head down here, hover, and just... I would say rain hellfire and brimstone, but if you'll permit me to say it. So there's the first one done. Going on to the next one. There's 4 of these that we have to take out. We want to set it up to take them out as fast as possible. Before the Macross takes a lot, enough damage to basically get taken out. So we're going to do that there. Quickly turn. So to not get confused on that one. Because combat and all. Come on, you. Actually makes it a little harder to find things. There we go for that one there. Try not to get moved around on that one. So now that that one's exploding, we've got 2 of the 4 down. So we'll head towards that one. Also say hi to the giant shield. That's not so. I know it's not called a giant shield, but remember the exact names for it can be a pain. So there's those two. There's those two. Next one is up here. Trying to remember it. Yep, it's over here. There's 3, and then 4th is behind me, I believe. So get them done as fast as possible. So let's step on it. So get a bit of these, still have those, and then we'll have one more to go. So there's that side of it done. Now we just need to get the other side. Up a bit more. Come on. What's left? Come on, what's left here? Come on. There you are. Yep. There's 3 of the 4 down. Just gotta head for that last one. All the way over here. It may look close, but we'll have enough. But we'll have enough time on that one. It's got a lot of fun things. I'm a fan of Battlecry, and I'm a fan of this one as well. Battlecry's got a lot more different mission types, and the run is insanely good. This one's got a lot more maneuverability. But has some limitations when it comes to the control scheme. Come on. Get it all. I think I got it all. Yep, I got all 4. Now it's just mopping up with those. Here and there. Protected the ship. Got all that stuff. Said both games are good. Both of them are insanely fun speedruns to do. Yeah, A rank, not bad. Not bad at all. So missing 11? Or the... Why do I have to go inside the ship? I forget who the character is in this one. It's not some random character on that one. And I'll add that in the... comics, Jack is actually a character from them, if I recall correctly. It's one of those things that, yes, the character from Battlecry is actually in the comics. But I forget the name of the character from this part from the episode, from the show on here. Sadly, you're not playing as Rick, but you're playing as one of the members of Skull Squadron. Get the number on that one. And I know they have a name, I just forget the name off of that one. But we're going to be dodging some stuff here and there, taking out the enemies as fast as possible. This one's basically the protecting the ship while it's going to actually get ready for some of the final missions. Don't do that, Mage, when you actually, skipping a cutscene and mashing one of the options. While at the same point, you know, not massing all of them. Anyway, we're going to dodge some missiles here and there. Dodge this here and there. Avoid them. Take these out. One nice thing is... Oh, also say hi to the Falcon Punch. Or the SDF Punch, however you want to make a reference to it. So we'll take these out. As possible. Notice that I'm using a lot of my missiles, you know, full blown. It's because at the second part of the mission we have to go inside the ship itself, which, while in there we can't use our missiles. So, that there. Quickly transform. Quickly do that one. Get up to full power missiles on that one. Take that out. Some more of that there. That should hopefully knock one and take it out. If not, that's what the god amount of missiles are for it. So now we'll be going inside the ship. On one of my splits, I think I literally have it listed as why am I in here? It's more of I realize it's going in to defend, you know, to repel borders, but it's the one drawback about the game is it does not do internal battleoid combat as well. You get a lot of maneuverability, but it's got its flaws to it. Go that way. Got some there and there. Sadly, we can't lock onto things at a distance here. We do get a bit of a health refill. So I've got to just fly around, find the other ones here. It does get to be a pain when trying to find them. On you. Oh, there you are. That's it. It's more about trying to find them at present because... Ah, there's one. Come on. Where are you? There you are. The one thing the game does not do that well at some degree is the any of the actual rounded combat to some degree. Get a lot of maneuverability, but it comes with the cost of having to deal with the full 3D aspect of piloting a battleoid. They went with the control scheme of making it closer to the flight side of things, whereas Battlecry you know, went with a more taking the whole battle being the main component. But one of the nicest things is it does get to show some of the interesting, you know, differences between it. Yeah, I get to make it to the next section here. Again, targeting with multiple, you know, to hit with both of the actual damage-dealing weapons. Because, as I said, we can't use missiles, so it's just faster to use the battle for a lot of the stuff. Honestly, I like how both, you know, games take a interesting turn on both sides of controlling a giant transforming, you know, Valkyrie. So that's fair tech. Here, push it down and me on that one. Just gotta wait around here. So now we gotta go with one of the enemies without missiles, I'll add. So we want to, you know, circle strafe them. Want to basically just keep up as much rate of fire as we can. And that'll take care of that piece for it. Now we just gotta wait around for some stuff. Let's see, not that good, but we take what we can get sometimes. Mission 12, final mission, or essentially this game's equivalent of Force of Arms. Story-wise, they've managed to, you know, get some piece, you know, if Jiku or a lot of those that have realized music, you know, entertainment, just like a lot of the stuff is good, you know, that violence is the only way, but there's still some that, you know, refuse to actually hear out that, you know, still want to be, you know, warlike, you know, because here's what it is. So right now we're in the 1S Super. Yes, the Super is in. This is in this game. If you notice, I'm not using the other missiles because at present I can't. The game actually won't let you. You'll get to see them later on in the mission, but this is where you can see them actually ordering an attack on Earth, and this is one of the things that you can see, just like how the show does take a sense of like showcasing, you know, the realities within both humanity, you know, war, and just like how the everyday things can affect things. With the Centrati bombarding Earth, yeah. But anyway, we'll be flying backwards here. And dishing out a lot of damage again. Flying backwards, dealing as much damage as we can. using the switch to Battleoid to target to quickly change between different enemies and to reorient ourselves really quickly. As it really does help speed up the process. So there's this part done. Unskippable cutscene here. But we now have to take out a few ships. They're attacking the transformed SDF-1 right now. I will go over. Skip what we can skip here. But after this, we will have access to our really big guns, in a sense. But I can't really abuse them right now. And that's for mission reasons. So, you know, has a lot of deep themes to it. Also, protoculture basically being one of the things that they found in the crashed SDF-1 when it landed, which helped revolutionize technology as far as story goes. But all I have to do is just fly around, get stuff, and wait for the main part of this part of the mission to show up. Finally, it showed up. Now we just have to take out this the target here. Now, if you're wondering why I haven't been using the really good missiles, it's because if I run out of those, I have to restart the mission. It takes one to get rid of them. So that gets the first of those. By the way, you'll get to enjoy some pretty good anime music coming up. So we're now going into the second part. I have to say, I do like their variation for Force of Arms over the Battlecry version. So we've got just this last one to take out, I think. I haven't math has been correct. Though it's 4 or 5. And I lost track. Deal that one there. That one there. The hell out of dodge there. Do that one there. So let's see here. And that's time in run. However, for RTA I might add, but since the game is timed in-game time, we can't see the in-game time until the end of the credits. So sit back, relax, have some fun, and enjoy the little bit of the credits slideshow of just various characters. And that's the Prometheus storyline. You can see, start to work out some peace. Claudia and remembering Roy. Max and his wife and their child. Max being one of the other characters on that one. One of the other pilots on that one. You get to see a lot of just like the small, subtle features about it that the second piece is known for. The second half of it. I don't know. SpeedGaming managed to find some time, to fill the last little bit. Cause I know the next run's in about 10, so it gives you all a good chance of. No, sadly, it is not. I've got like 117, 116, 115. At least that's RTA. I'd have to add up the time for in-game though. I'm a fan for, getting to show off this one as well as other things within it, and I'm also happy that, thankful for SpeedGaming, for SpeedGaming to let me show off this storyline, as it's a good one. It really is. It's, more, as I told him, it's more of a chill, relaxing, just like get to have some fun. And I have to say, do keep in mind, to consider checking out some of the other events going on as part of SpeedGaming Live, the tournaments, other stuff like that. Consider dropping a donation here and there to help decide next year's tournaments, because it's all crowdfunded on that one. Let's see, final time for that one was a 9:20, not bad. I'd have to do all the math about it. But it's telling me that I unlocked the training, that one, and give me one sec to choose this for later, for my own personal stream. Because the easiest way to, not having to look up in-game time is just use the records. Because one run on all that stuff.